Hi, this is Sanaa Lathan, and you're watching SoulCulture TV. My mother was a dancer. You know, she was one of the original Alvin Ailey dancers. She toured the world with Alvin Ailey. She was on Broadway in The Wiz, the original Wiz on Broadway. She was in the movie on Broadway. The original Wiz, the movie. So I was around it my whole childhood. In fact, she said when I was an infant, she would put me on a blanket under the piano while she was doing her rehearsals and her dance classes. So I think just by osmosis, you know, being in the theater, I would stand in the wings, you know, as a toddler. I actually know Felicia Rashad and Debbie Allen from those days because they were acting and dancing with my mother. And my dad is a director and a producer, and they've always been very supportive of me and, you know, the journey of being an actress. Just like any job, any life is no matter what success you attain, there's always struggles along the way. And having parents that have been there was really, I feel I was very fortunate to have. And, you know, to say to you, you know what, don't give up. Don't, you know, if you feel, you know, you've gotten the wind knocked out of you for some reason, you know, just get up and keep on trucking and keep on going after your dreams. But I think that applies to any career path. I think people always ask how much of yourself as a character, because you're you know, with acting, you know, I'm not like, if I was a guitar player, the guitar would be my instrument. If I was a piano player, the piano is my instrument. With acting, I am my instrument. So you cannot separate, you know, you can't like just leave yourself behind. And so, you know, I think there's a little of me in every character. You know, you always draw from yourself and your experiences. And yet, you know, I also believe that, you know, actually well-written characters really have their own kind of spirit about them. And so, you know, hopefully I try to think of it as, you know, letting them kind of come through me kind of thing. I rarely watch something after I see it for the first time. I almost feel like, you know, what I do is not for me to enjoy. I can't enjoy it because it's me, you know, it's like I can't, you know, I'm always picking myself apart and being critical, and so I just leave it up to the public to, you know, if they love it, then they love it, and that makes me happy.
Through good times and bad times, it's true love we share. And so I found a place where everyone will know my happy black guy face. This is the Cleveland Show.
I just got that role really just the way, you know, normal, traditional, get a script. Thought it was hysterical. I wasn't really familiar with Family Guy, which is the huge hit that it's a spin-off of. And I thought it was funny. I was like, this would be a fun job. And so I went in and auditioned, and they liked my voice. And so it's the greatest job in the world because you get to go in for like an hour a week, and you know, laugh your butt off, and you record your voice, and then you see it, and you see yourself in these little cartoons, and it makes me laugh every week. And I can do it. The greatest thing is I can do it from London. I go in every couple of weeks from London and record while I'm doing the play, which is great. You know, there has been controversy on the blogs, and yet that's part of that humor. That's why I think Family Guy made such a splash, because it's just wrong. Like there's things I read every week where I'm like, oh my God, you know. But that's part of why people like it, is because they take no prisoners. You know, nobody gets away with anything. They're making fun of, you know, all religions, all races, you know. It's part of Seth MacFarlane's humor. So it's not trying to represent. See, that's the thing. I think one of the problems, and this is, you know, an understandable problem, is that because we don't have enough out there, enough content out there, is that every single thing that is out needs to be a representation of Black culture. This show is not about, you know, setting an example. It's not about teaching anybody about Black culture. It's about people tuning in and, you know, being entertained. That's it. It's not trying to, you know, go down in the history books. And, you know, that's the problem with, unfortunately, being unrepresented, you know, is that we should be able to have the gamut and have those examples, and then also have the other things that represent us that are just entertainment, you know. I tell my agents all the time, I say, I don't have to just be considered for black female roles. I can play, and it's a joke, but the truth is, it's like, I just want more opportunity, more choices. You don't want the role that's always written for a black woman because it just limits your choices. And that's just the world that we live in today. I think it's slowly changing. I would like to believe that it's slowly changing and people can, start to think about things and cast things in a more open-minded way. I think it's kind of like a historical thing in the West End to have an all-black cast doing, a classic of this magnitude. And people are really, thank God people are really enjoying it. We're getting full houses and standing ovations, and I'm having a ball. It's the role of a lifetime. It's very demanding and yet very fulfilling. So I'm very happy to be doing it. This play was written in the 50s. It was written for a white Southern family, and yet it is working perfectly in 2009 with an all-black cast. And that's one of the things about a classic is that it transcends time. It transcends race, it transcends obviously cultures, because here we are in London and people are just loving the show and moving them every night. So that's what makes great writing, is that it transcends all of that, and I'm so happy to be working on it. The only people from the original cast are James Earl Jones and Phylicia Rashad, Big Daddy and Big Mama. So it's me and Adrian. I'm playing Maggie the Cat, and Adrian's playing Brick, Adrian Lester. I think you guys all know who he is. He is so amazingly talented. And then all of the rest of the cast are amazing English actors, and I'm having a ball. Everybody's so sweet and really talented, so it's great. It's really like we've created a family. Definitely doing this is one of my proudest moments. This role of Maggie in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof is probably one of the biggest, most challenging roles ever written for a woman ever. I mean, I'm literally, it's one of the most demanding acting roles that I've ever played. It's massive. And so for me to be here, we've gotten great reviews, to be getting the feedback that we're doing, and doing it every night, 8 shows a week is, for me, I feel like this is definitely a moment in my career and in my life as an actress, so I'm thrilled. Oh gosh, they're both so different. They're like apples and oranges. It all has to start from the truth. It's all, you have to be in acting, no matter where it is, it's all about the truth, getting to the truth. So that's similar in that. But, doing a play, first of all, you have the energy of the audience. The audience is another character in the play that you get to play with every night. And then, you get to play the character's journey from beginning to end every night. Whereas in film, you could be on the first day of shooting and be filming the character's dying, and then the second day of shooting, you could be filming something that the character does in the middle of the movie. And so it's a lot more, out of order. The only time that you actually get to experience the character's journey in film is when you watch it, months later at the premiere, and you're outside of it. So I would have to say that theater is, just for me, probably more immediately fulfilling. I love the fact that with film, you can, my grandchildren will be able to see the movies that I've done. With theater, it's like, it's just now. It's just the people who are in the theater that night with you. They take it away with them, and then that's it. So that's why it's important for all of you guys to come see us. I just want to keep on being challenged. This is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, playing this role. And yet really, really, really deeply fulfilling for me on an artistic level. And so I just want to continue to have great roles to work on and continue to challenge myself and, be scared a little and push myself out of my comfort zone. Because I just think that's how you grow. And it's not always the most comfortable thing to do, but I think that's just always been my philosophy. And I've been very fortunate, and I feel very, very blessed in my career.